Welcome to Premier Sports Talk. We are live in the studio, bringing you the sports talk show for the people. Let's dive in.
Praising the Most High, go to the end zone. Receiver K to TD, Shedeur raise your wrist, too late. All the haters know they can't stop the purpose placed in him. Fans, the family, the uncles, the aunties, let them all know. Yeah. They don't play about his chosen. If you don't know, we gon' let you know. It's a new day, new era in the land, and victory is ours. Raise your wrist up, let them know you reppin' for Shedeur. I say again, throw your wrist up, out the air and score. Whoa, 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 whoa. Praising the Most High, go to the end zone. Receiver K to TD, Shedeur raise your wrist, too late. All the haters know they can't stop the purpose placed in them. Fans, the family, the uncles, the aunties, let them all know. They don't play about his chosen. If you don't know, we gon' let you know. It's a new day, a new era in the land, and victory is ours. Raise your wrist up, let them know you reppin' for Shedeur. I say again, throw your wrist up, at the end. My family don't play about the chosen, let them know. Yeah, the mission ain't the same as the goal, let them know. We the new Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, let them know. Prime time, shit at a time, we a force, let them know. Whole family out here don't reach up, gotta switch into the culture like a pickup. Why I gotta take it till them get one? Made a legacy bigger than income. Dog, you gon' need a pen to say what I've done. We winning over here, you on the wrong side. You don't get it, you don't get it, let me emphasize. It's a new day, let me show you what that look like. Throwing wrist
Selmo, what's up? What's up there, sir? What's up?
go to the end zone. Receiver K to TD, Shedeur raise your
It's a
wrist.
beautiful day on this Friday. It's a beautiful day on this Friday.
The purpose placed in him.
And if you don't know, you're about to know. I am your host, Double P. Host Double P. Coming to you live on this Friday. You know, OTA's training camp, mandatory training camp is wrapped up there. And boy, it's crazy how the national media, the local media, spinning this narrative how Deshaun Watson's got the lead, going to be QB1. Hey, none of us know what tomorrow's going to bring. But we saw last year everything that Mr. Shedeur Sanders went through. Supposed to be first round or second round pick in the draft. We all know the story. He dropped down to be the 144th pick. Wasn't first string, wasn't second string, not third string, but fourth string. But what the Most High has for us is for us. That no man can shut. That no man can shut. And listening to the ESPN Cleveland up there and other local media sports content up there, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So I said I wanted to get on here. And the first thought I had to my mind is what you see in this thumbnail that I created. Let his glory shine. Let his glory shine. You see, Coach Monken taught us, the coach up there of the Cleveland Browns. You know, he faced a lot of adversity when he first got up there. Nobody wanted Coach Todd Monken to be the coach. They wanted Jim Force to be the coach. And other young coaching candidates. But the best man for the job, I believe, has the job. And Coach Monken told us. He told us all in the very beginning. he said something very, very important. He said, I don't choose the quarterback. He said the players choose the quarterback. That's what he told us. He said the players choose the quarterback. And all we've seen is people come out and support Shedeur Sanders. And what I'm hearing from the players, what I'm seeing on the social posts, what I'm hearing in the interviews, I don't hear the other teammates speaking of Deshaun Watson in the way that they speak of Shedeur Sanders. And like I always like to say, I don't tear one man down for another man. But I can see it with my own eyes who this team feels that their leader is amongst the team. You know, we all heard that cliche saying, out with the old, in with the new. There's a new vibe. Shedeur Sanders, we heard Shedeur Sanders' his first interview this offseason up there on the podium. There's a new culture, there's a new vibe, there's a new mindset. Reinforcing out with the old, in with the new. And then he asked the media, speak life into him, speak positivity, release the negativity. And that first thought that came to my mind, and it hit me, let his glory shine. Let his glory shine. The Most High plants a gift in all of us. And sometimes it takes us a while to tap into that gift. And sometimes we have a gift that we aren't ready to receive the blessing because there are some trials and tribulations that one has to go through in order to be able to walk in the blessing and do the most with the blessing. But like I said, right here, this is from Quishon Junkins. The guys believe in him. This is real talk. This ain't me making it up. This is Quishon Junkins saying they believe in him. He's been a leader. They've seen the trials and the tribulations and all that he endured. But still, we always hear, you see that smile on his face? All that this young man has went through. Some call him chosen, some call him grown, and some call him the franchise. But every time, if you see Shedeur, he has a smile on his face. Last year, there was only one time I seen where he looked defeated. And that's when the previous coach was there on the sideline. He looked like his spirit was defeated. It was that play when he drove the team all the way down and Kevin Stefanski pulled him out, wouldn't let him score, wouldn't give him the opportunity to score the extra point. And you could see the disgust and the hurt he had in him. But now, Shedeur has peace. I posted something yesterday on the last day of the mandatory minicamp, and Deion Sanders Jr., well-off media, Bucky, he was talking to his father on the phone. And Bucky was telling him that even after the practice, it was the second day going into the third day, that Shedeur was at home working at 8 o'clock at night, working on his footwork. That dispels all the Shedeur doesn't know what he's looking at. He doesn't know how to read coverages. He doesn't know how to change a particular play and audible out of it. We've seen this all through his college career. All through his college career. And then that one historic play when Shedeur played in that Raiders game and Isaiah Bond went in motion and Shedeur raised up and told him to run a post. That play wasn't called by Stefanski. That was Shedeur that called that play. And Shedeur threw that bomb. They believe in him. Even when Myles Garrett was there, after that play got thrown, we seen that look with Myles Garrett with his mouth dropping wide open, holding the back of his head. And then he said afterwards, he ain't never seen a ball thrown like that. If Myles Garrett didn't believe, he surely believed after that, along with a lot of his players. Sometimes we can speak two things into existence, and even before Shedeur Sanders got drafted, and then even when he got in the NFL, he told the coaches before the NFL draft, if you want to change the culture, if you want to change the mindset of the team, draft him because he's coming to just do that. And then in that interview before the game, I think it was before the game, or it might have been at halftime, and he told everybody, they only played the clip of it, where he said, I'm the one that they've been looking for. You see, there's a difference between a person that believes in himself and a person that doubts himself. There's a big difference. There's a difference between somebody that has and somebody that has not. You see, there's a poverty mindset because we may not have been blessed yet to receive a blessing. And then there is a winning mindset because a billionaire doesn't think the way of a common man whenever it comes to receiving and expanding their generational wealth. There's a difference. But the team believes in them. They do. They truly do. And before I go further into this, for those of you who don't know, KC Concepcion, he was on the last one. He signed his contract, fully guaranteed $20 million. KC is fully signed, so he can show up at training camp, because if he didn't sign this contract, he wasn't allowed to show up at mandatory training camp. Just to give you a heads up on that, the rookies show up July 15th through the 18th. They always, some majority of NFL teams don't have their rookies showing up for mandatory training camp the same day as the veterans. The Browns are one of the teams that do this. So the rookies show up the 15th through the 18th of July, and then the vets show up on the 21st of July. Charmaine, what's up? I can see in the chat because I'm switching in between scenes. What's up, Charmaine? Charmaine always tapping in with me. Selma always tapping in with me. It's a beautiful day in the land. Yes, it is. It's a great day to be alive, y'all. It's a great day to be alive. Be thankful for the breath of life, because somebody's fighting for that breath of life, and somebody won't see the rising of a new day. But see, all this negative, all this negative narrative, I just haven't seen anything like it. And sometimes it does make my blood pressure rise. Sometimes I got to take a blood pressure pill. But you know what? How do we push back against negativity? There's that cliche saying. Kill them with positivity. Oh, now, what's up? Do me a favor. I really don't know how many's in here, but if you can bless me, hit that like button. Drop your comments in here. I will definitely read them before I tap out of here. But the team believes in Shedeur Sanders. And I truly believe that the best is yet to come. Like Colin Moore say on Life in Football, the Red Seas being parted. Give a shout out to Colin Moore, Life in Football. He always says that the Red Sea is getting parted for Shedeur, and I truly believe it. Because look at what we witnessed last year. Can anybody, any one of us have said that with Shedeur Sanders being fourth on the depth chart, how he was even going to make it on the field? That just doesn't happen. We saw the glory shine through last year, Shedeur. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I'm feeling good about KC. You know, KC Boston. Not KC Boston. This picture right here, even though he got drafted in the second round, Denzel Boston, boy, we're going to see a lot of these two right here. Whenever Shedeur's time to step out on that field, whatever his ordained place and time to step out on the field this year, we may not see him come out on the field week one, but we just got to inhale, exhale, and let the Most High's plan work out. Because in the end, if he's supposed to be on that field, this year, which I truly believe we're going to see him on the field, just like we saw him last year. But this tandem right here, man, Denzel Boston remind me of Mike Evans that used to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The man ain't dropped he only dropped one pass, but it was when they was warming up. But I watched every Cleveland Browns OTA and mandatory minicamp. I did not see this man drop one ball. I seen him torch the starting quarterback, Tyson Campbell, number 7, not once, but twice. And I ain't saying that in a negative way. Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. What do y'all believe? What do y'all think about Denzel Boston? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. But see, Andrew Berry dropped something yesterday. First, I'm going to read it. On here. And then I'm going to let you actually listen to the interview. And this was Andrew Berry. He said Shedeur Sanders is making stride. I'm going to let everybody hear the audio on this. The actual visual, he did an interview with 92.3 The Fan. And he said Shedeur is making strides. He's made incredible strides over these last 8 weeks. Really, really pleased with his progress. He's naturally accurate as a quarterback. He commands the operation, control of the huddle, of all those things. You can tell with the year under his belt, he's making strides. I never heard Andrew Berry speak of a negative way against Shedeur Sanders. I just haven't heard it. People want to say Jimmy Haslam made the call to pick him in the draft. I don't really care who picked him. A lot of people say that Shedeur Sanders should have allowed himself to be drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. They wanted him. Shedeur Sanders should have allowed himself to be drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. It doesn't matter what we think. Where his steps are is where he's supposed to be. And I truly believe that in the end, this whole new era, new vibe, these new hungry dogs, like Shedeur like to call them last year, it's a new Cleveland. And all of us, because I'm one of them who came following Shedeur to the Cleveland Browns. I got to know these players. I've got to know these coaches better than my own team that I've been with all my life. I'm just keeping it real. You see, when we become emotionally attached, whenever we're in a relationship, we may be dating one particular person, but then we get to love the family that they're attached, that comes with it. So I'm keeping it real here today. Yes, Elmo, I'm keeping it real for everybody else. I bleed black and yellow, but in following Shedeur, I've become a fan not only of Shedeur Sanders, but the entire Cleveland Brown team, because I see that generational curses that's been going on in Cleveland. It's being broken. It's being broken. But let me let y'all listen to Andrew Berry, the words I just read.
You kind of go through the year, it's adjustment going to the NFL, and then you get a chance to catch your breath and say, okay, well, here are the things that I need to work on, here are the things I need to learn. And I think he did a phenomenal job this offseason. That really started in January and February, and then certainly as we got into having, real practices in May, his growth has been tremendous. So we're all very excited to see Shedeur's, fall camp, preseason, things of that nature when we get into padded situations, live situations, less scripted. But his growth has truly been phenomenal. I think he's had an excellent spring, Anthony. I mean, the past 8 to 10 weeks, and really probably beyond that, really the past 6 months with, as a rookie player and particularly a quarterback, you learn a lot your first year, and especially if you don't start a full season. He started, 6, 7, or I guess he started 7 games. And you kind of go through the year, it's adjustment going to the NFL, and then you get a chance to catch your breath and say, okay, well, here are the things that I need to work on, here are the things I need to learn. And I think he did a phenomenal job this offseason. That really started in January and February. And then certainly as we got into having, real practices in May, his growth has been tremendous. So we're all very excited to see, Shedeur's, fall camp, preseason, things of that nature when we get into padded situations, live situations, less scripted. But his growth has truly been phenomenal.
So tell me, y'all, what do y'all think about them words that General Manager Barry just said? Hey, and then tell me, whoever you represent for. Like I said, we don't need to tear one man down to lift up another. I want to see both these young men do well. But what do y'all think? A lot of people want to say, all I'm hearing in the national media, which is crazy, the narrative was going on. I've heard from Coach Edwards, played in the NFL, coached the New York Jets, coached the Kansas City Chiefs, and then he recently got interviewed on, I believe it was 92.3 The Fan, and he said between the vet and the rookie, and he was specifically talking about the QB, specifically talking about the QBs. He said, if I have a vet and I have a rookie, if it's even close, he's going with the younger player. But all I'm hearing in the national media is easier to go, which there is some truth to it. They're saying that it's easier to go from Deshaun Watson to Shedeur than going from Shedeur back to Watson. Now my question is, with Shedeur Sanders not receiving no development at all last year, none. Kevin Stefanski tried to redshirt him. Kevin Stefanski had him throwing to equipment people, coaches on the field, put him on the opposite side of the field like he was a timeout, got thrusted into a game with none of the players on first or second team ever hearing the cadence coming out of Shedeur Sanders' mouth when Dylan Gabriel got that concussion. He got thrown in the game. Yeah, that first game, Shedeur was getting BTA. They was throwing all out blitz packages against him. All out. And that particular defensive coordinator is now the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Graham. If you didn't know, yes, Elmo. Coach Graham is now the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that second half, we seen the game slowing down a little bit for Shedeur, and he balled out. But that second game, with just 1 week of reps, and then played against the Raiders, he tore Geno Smith up. And then we saw him mature game after game after game. And then the last 2 games of the season, not only did the Browns beat my Pittsburgh Steelers, beat Joe Burrow at home. How do people think this man is going to? He already showed us what he is and what he is to be coming up. Why do people think that when Shedeur starts the season, he's going to fail? There's no thought process in my head that think he's going to fail. I just don't believe it. Only way we made Shedeur go in where he may get injured or something. But hell, even when his Shedeur Sanders' own offensive lineman stepped on Shedeur's hand and ripped his pinky off on his throwing hand. Matter of fact, Shedeur stayed out one play. And if you recall, we heard all these boos because the fans thought that Shedeur was being pulled from the game. When Dylan Gabriel came in, we heard roars, so loud booing Dylan Gabriel, which wasn't a good thing. What's the first thing that comes to my mind? What do you think if they start Deshaun Watson I ain't talking about when they play the first two games down, the first game down in Jacksonville, the second game down in Tampa Bay. I'm talking about that first home game against the Panthers. What do you think? How are the fans going to react? I don't even want to see Deshaun Watson go through that. I didn't watch. I wasn't even tapped into the Browns before Shedeur came. Keeping it real. But from what I've seen and what I heard and going back watching it, they booed Watson off the field. That's horrible. That was a horrible thing to do to a human being. But it is what it is. Charmaine says, let me put it up in the chat real quick. Charmaine says, I'm 50-something, and I never, ever bought a player's NFL jersey until 12, now known as 2. How about that? How about that, Charmaine? I got a couple more years of wisdom on you. You know, I look good, I feel good, and I'm so grateful for the breath of life. But here I am, black and yellow fan through and through, and I got me Shedeur Sanders jersey. Thelmo can tell you if he's still in the chat. Now, got it in my office in the other room. I got the number 12 jersey hanging up, and I got the number 2 jersey up. And then what's crazy is I got an all orange number jersey coming. I'm just loving what I'm seeing up there. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Selmo said, what Selmo say? Running on something because that's not the move. Running on empty, what they say in the chat. We are trading for Shedeur Sanders. When I say we, I mean the Cowboys. Hey, running, hey, if our Jizzle was in here, I don't know about that running on empty. Our Jizzle want Sanders to go to the Colts. If he was in here, y'all be going back and forth. Selmo saying Dog Pound going to pop it off this season. I truly believe it. Arnell says, how do you feel about KC? I think he's going to come together. I think this rookie class is, if they're not going to be better than the rookie class of last year, I think they're going to be just as good. Yes. It's a beautiful day, y'all. So I'm gonna play the clip of Shedeur's last interview. I'm gonna show you 2 highlights, and then he also got interviewed at the very end of practice when he was walking off the field. I think I'm gonna share that one first, though. Give me a second here. It's hot as hell down here. It is hot in the ATL. I think it's 91 degrees. If y'all up in Ohio, whatever state y'all from, let me know what the temperature is. Is this the one I'm looking for? There we go.
Did hear that when Shedeur was on the podium on Wednesday, he said he didn't look at it as a competition. He looked at it as team building. We're getting better as a team. He pushed back on any notion that this was a competition. It is a competition. Todd Monken has said it's a competition. Shedeur can frame it how he wants to, but I get where he's going because there is with Myles Garrett getting traded and Joel Bitonio announcing his retirement, there is obviously a youth movement, but also a bit of a passing of the torch, especially on that offensive side of the ball. It's not creating division by saying it's quarterback competition. Only one man can play for the most part, right? Wouldn't that world be different if they played both? Let's not go there yet. But I get what Shedeur is saying. After he was on the podium, he stepped over to talk to me. Shedeur, we'll talk about football in a second. Let's talk about your offseason, man. Yeah, older, graduation. You've been wearing out the card reader here in the building, here more than anybody. Like, have you had a break? They say there is no offseason. Have you had a chance to breathe the last couple of months?
I'm waking up every day. That's enough breathing for me.
But you feel good coming into minicamp, right? You feel like that work's paying off, don't you?
I don't really focus on like the result of things. I just focus on like the day-by-day process. Then whatever happens, happens.
Let's get to the most important thing. Where'd you get that horse head?
What you talking about?
From Monk, the gift you gave the coach.
You still talking about that?
No one's asked you about it, have they?
Yeah, that was so long ago. I done forgot about the horse head. I was about to go buy a real horse last week.
Yeah, he was. He's about.
I was about to buy a real horse last week.
Laughing
We building a horse stable at home, so I was about to get a black horse.
And you actually put him on the black horse?
No, I don't know, but really, the what was behind that was honestly like, so when I was younger, my aunt, I think, extended family.
Okay.
They shipped me. They was into horses. They shipped me a nice horse head, and I'm like, dang, this is crazy. So I remember from my memories, and I'm like, dang, like, I know Coach Monk like horse and stuff, and I'm like, dang, I ain't even like horses like that, but I remember that gift. So I'm like, all right, that's a real cool gift. So then I just looked, found a horse head, and sent it.
And you loved it, so that's why I'm asking about it.
Yeah, I think it's more about like sentimental things. Like people was trying to paint it like I'm threatening Coach. Who would do that?
I don't think that's what that was.
Yeah, I ain't Scarface, and I ain't Godfather.
I ain't Scarface, and he ain't Godfather.
It's not about competition, it's about team building.
Yeah.
How do you feel the team building is going here as we get ready to break for a month before training camp?
I think it's real amazing. I think the team, we got togetherness for sure, and we're gonna keep that going in the off season. We're all gonna get together at some point and be able to get work in, you know, and build those relationships even more. So I'm excited for that.
What do you think of the new rookie class, specifically the two guys you're throwing to?
They're amazing. Those guys are really amazing. I think that seeing what they could do in their first year, first couple month maybe, is really, really exciting. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised because like that's what they did in college. Like I have that same expectation for them to carry it over, but I'm just happy they're able to get comfortable here in a new environment.
This is a really young team. It's a brand new offensive line. How does it feel to have such a young group? Joel retired yesterday, obviously a veteran leader. The torch is now kind of passed.
Yeah. I think we just focus on like going to practice, executing our job every day, and that's it. I don't really think we think about like passing torches and that stuff. I think we think more about like, all right, it's us now. What are we going to do with our chance and our opportunity?
Finally, you got a month off. Everyone's got a month off. School's out for summer after tomorrow's practice before coming back here. Got any good plans?
If I'm thinking about summer plans right now, my mind is in the wrong space. I need to think about practice tomorrow. I told everybody don't hit me up until Thursday night. So I ain't make plans because I got to finish practice first. Then I'm going to think when I get done with practice, all right, what am I going to do? Honestly, I told my dad, hey, I told all my friends and family, hey, bro, you want to call me? Call me on this phone. If it ain't important like that, don't hit me up.
All right, here's what you're going to do now. Go inside and lift.
I got to get my lift in.
There you go. There you go. And nobody asked Shedeur Sanders directly about that horse head. But a couple things I will say on this is you can ask ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever AI tool. You can go to Google now, click on AI mode, and ask it what is the meaning of a porcelain head, and you will be surprised of the meaning of that gift of a porcelain head. Now, I don't even think Shedeur Sanders is aware of the significance of giving that gift to Coach Monken, because we all just heard Shedeur Sanders say, and he spoke this for the first time in this interview, how he remembered how when he was younger and how he was given a porcelain horsehead gift as a child. But he also said that him and his father, and I heard it off on Well Off Media several weeks ago, to where Coach Mr. Deion Sanders, they're about to get some horses and have some horses on their property down there in Texas. But see, Shedeur gave the gift to Coach Monken because of what he remembered as a child. They're looking into buying horses, putting them down in Texas, on the property in Texas. But look up the meaning of what a porcelain horse head means. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. And let me know in the chat if you looked it up. It's very powerful. It's very powerful what it means. And I just remembered that. Because I remember looking it up. I always want to find the deeper. I like to go behind the weeds. I like to. If I'm reading a story, I like to get to the root of it and find out, who, what, where, when, and why. So I have a better understanding of things. But what I love about Shedeur Sanders is he's pure. There's nothing fake about him. He's open. He's honest. Matter of fact, to me, he's a little bit too transparent. But he speaks from his heart because he ain't got nothing to hide. He speaks from his heart. He speaks from his heart. But let me show you these two little clips here. Because, y'all, it's going to be one good year, despite what the naysayers say. And what y'all may not know is, in these OTAs, these coaches have the quarterbacks working on some of the things they haven't working on are the same things. Some of the things they haven't working on are different things. Watson. What, my laptop locked up? I'm not liking this. My apologies, y'all. For some unknown reason, my system locked up. This is not good. But hey, I'll come back on here. What's the day? Friday. If I don't come back on this evening, I'll definitely tap in tomorrow. My system locked up. I'm glad it didn't crash out and close this feed automatically. But I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. If you like what I just put, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, like G. Bush always like to say, do me a favor. Hit that like, subscribe if you ain't subscribed. And y'all have the blessed rest of y'all day. My system totally locked up. My system.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Atlanta. Go, man, go. All right. Feeling good. Thank you all.